Hello guys and welcome to my channel again. In the previous video we had discussed about positioning and floating and how we use them and change the position of our page and our sections and divisions. So in this video we will see how to use margins and paddings in our web page and how we can use them and apply them in our web page. If you want to see any blogs regarding my videos, kindly check my website. The link will be in the description. And you can also find the source code regarding the videos I make and upload on the YouTube. So let's jump to our the code editor. So margins and positioning do almost the same thing. They just give margins from left, right, top, bottom to a sections to multiple sections. So there is no huge difference between margin and positioning, but margin is a more precise way and easy way to position our page and move our divisions and sections to left, right, and top and bottom, and it is a more efficient way of doing that. So let me just remove the positioning tags. So if you want to give margin to this section of the page, let me just align it. So if you want to give margin to this side of the page and or any other side of the page, how you will do it? So I will give margin to our first section. So for that I will write margin, and suppose I want to give the margin of 50 pixel. So just save it. So you can see that this element has given margin to left, top, bottom, and also on the right side. We can't see the margin on the right side because there is nothing on the right side. So let me just move the second section to the right side. I think I made a mistake. Oh, so there is I write flex instead of float. Let me just make it right. So I also have to keep the floating on the first section. So now you can see that there is margin on all side of the first section. So what if you want to give specific margin on top and bottom and some other margin on left and right? So simply you can do it by writing on the so you can see that you can easily do that. So what this tag has done is that it has given 50% margin on top and bottom and 30 pixel margin on left and right side of the page. So there is one more thing I want to show you is that what if you want to give margin different to all of our sides. So we want some different margin for this side, for this side, for this side, and for this side. So there is a simple way for doing that is that we will write here we will define the margin for all of the sides. So I am giving margin 50, 30. Let's suppose give margin of 20 and 20 again. So what this statement is doing, this is moving the margin clock in a clockwise. So this will give a margin top of 50, then margin right of 30, then margin bottom of 20, and margin left side of 20. So it will give a margin 50 to this side, margin 30 to this side, and 20 and 20 to this side. So this is how we use margins in our web page. So basically margins are used to give space to multiple sections, so that both of the sections don't combine with each other. So there is one more way of giving margin, is that we can give margin to any specific site, just like if we want to give margin only to top, or we want margin only to right, so we can also do that and leave the margin for remaining side left. So for that we write margin top. So if you want to give a top margin, so we will write margin top, and suppose I want 100 pixel. So you can see that it is only giving margin to the top of the side. So what if we want to give the margin to the right? So we'll write margin right, and just like the same for margin left is margin left, and we can also give the margin bottom. So you can see that our margin has added to our web page. So this is how we use margins in our page. So there are two ways of giving margin. One is to specify a margin of every side, and one is to give margin directly to every side. So the next thing we will discuss in this video is padding. So the difference between padding and margin is that margins are used to give gaps between two sections, just like there is one section and there is second section. So we want to give the gap between these two sections. For that we use margins. So we use padding to give a gap inside the section. So you can see that our first paragraph is too much attached to the side of our section, our first section. So what if we want to give a gap from the left side of our paragraph? So how we can do that? So for this purpose we use padding. The padding is used to give gaps and margins inside the section. So just like we use margins in our page, we can use padding in our page. Both have the same way of using. That the element we use for giving padding is different. For that we use padding simply. So if we want to give padding of 20 pixels, so just write 20 pixels, and you can see that a padding has been given to all of our sides. So there is top padding, right padding, left padding, and bottom padding. So if you want to give a padding for any specific side, you can use the same thing for padding left, padding right, and if you give the padding in one line, you can also give the padding in one line, just like we did in margin. So both have the same way of doing it, but the purpose of both of the things are different. So this is all for this video. If you want to see the source code or any blog regarding this video, kindly check my website. If you have any suggestions and comment, kindly comment below. So this is all for this video. Thank you.